Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another RWBY blind commentary. And today I'm looking at Chapter 11 of Volume 4, Taking Control. Now normally the phrase taking control would have a sort of negative connotation to me, like taking control of power, taking over. But, well, that is supported by the thumbnail for this episode being Cinder, which is great. I mean, we haven't seen her in a while, and I do really want to see more of what's going on there. I don't know, it doesn't feel like this would be a place in the narrative where the bad guys would be taking additional control. Because, I mean, the heroes have been beaten down pretty good at this point, and they're really all in positions where they need to start taking control themselves. So I'm kind of leaning towards that maybe being what this episode is going to be about. Maybe that we're going to have at least some of them standing up and really taking control of their lives and moving things on the right track. Because, I mean, Yang, she's still struggling with what happened to her and getting back on her feet and getting out there again. And Blake, well, she's having to deal with the consequences of her actions and having to learn that she shouldn't keep on running and that she's just going to get more and more people hurt if she doesn't stand up and actually face what's causing these things and let people in. And then Weiss, of course, she really does need to take control because she's just been imprisoned and she needs to break free. And then there's Team Ranger who, well, quite frankly, they're the ones that I don't know if taking control at this point is an option, since they the circumstances seem beyond their control with what's going on there. On Jean and RWBY's side, they're kind of stuck in an abandoned city with a severely poisoned, injured man. And, yeah, Ren and Nora don't seem to be in a much better situation. I mean, we got that monster lurking around. You guys told me the name. It's like a Nouvoli or something. I forget. I don't know. They'll probably say it coming up. I don't know. But Scary Grim and possibly the bandits. I mean, I keep harping on that because I'm really intrigued by that angle. We really made sure to emphasize that Raven was connected to Shion, and I mean, so is the monster, but I'm more interested in the connection with Raven there. So I'm kind of hoping that the monster and Raven are somehow connected and that there's something there. Because even though the monster is pretty awesome, I mean, we looked at it, we saw like its silhouette and all that, and like angles where it was out of focus, and it looks like really the serious, coolest Grim we've seen so far, but even still, the human characters are going to be more interesting. At least I think so. Maybe this Grim is like super intelligent and its own character in its own right. That could be pretty cool. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, this one could be a really interesting one. It's Chapter 11, the last one before the presumed finale of Volume 4. And usually Chapter 11 in these, well, for the last couple of volumes, or really all the volumes, Chapter 11, or it was not Chapter 11 for Volume 1, but the chapter before the finale, I should say, has been one of the more interesting episodes always. So hopefully this continues that tradition and ends up being a really good episode. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, and here we go. Fairy tale, now it seems we were just pretending to a happy ending. Bedtime story. Alright. RWBY. And it's Cinder, yeah. Doing some practice. Oh, that's one of those gorilla ones. Cool to see that again.
Enough. I thought you were the girl that wanted power. Did you lie to me? Then stop holding back. If you wish to master your new powers, you must...
Tyrion? Yep.
I'm sorry. She'll forgive me. Please, forgive me.
Tyrion. Your task. Were you successful?
Obviously not.
No.
Doesn't have RWBY with him.
But hope is not lost. My tail, my stinger, I poisoned him. Crow. He will not be a nuisance to you any longer. No, no longer. I've done that. Have I done well? Have I pleased you?
The last eye is blinded. You disappoint me.
Yeah, that's gonna hit hard. There it is. Oh. Wow. Poor Grim. Yeah, he did not take that well. And Cinder still making her look completely sympathetic, so people who think I'm wrong about that, still seeing it. She seems to regret everything. Ooh, nice! Customizing. Still wondering if it has guns in it. And there's Bumblebee.
I don't remember saying that you were ready.
Oh yeah? You gonna try and stop me?
No. I think I'm still too sore after our last fight. I just wanted a better goodbye than a letter.
Aw.
And I also have a question for you. Where are you going?
What do you mean?
Good question.
Well, despite asking him numerous times not to, I know that Crow told you where your mother's been at these days. I know how much you want to see her. I've stopped you in the past, and I won't anymore. And we both read the note. We know your sister is headed to Mistral. So, where are you going?
I guess we don't get to know. Still hoping for Blake. escape attempt?
Master Whitley, yes, of course. I'll be just a moment. Head to the first floor library. I'll meet you there.
You need to control yourself. You're talking to me
Oh.
about control?
Ironwood.
Do you even hear what you're saying? I am basing everything on my reports from your daughter. A daughter you stole! But we are not
Oh.
getting to that again. Oh yes, we have far more pressing matters to discuss, starting with your apparent lunacy.
I get the feeling he's gonna steal another daughter.
Winter is one of my best. If she's telling me there's a threat in Mistral, then I'm not going to take that news lightly. She's been there for weeks. People are
Oh.
mobilizing. Sudden
Winter's
spikes
in
in
Mistral.
weapons and dust trade. Someone is about to make a play, and I do not trust Leo to stop them.
Leo.
You've never trusted anyone other than yourself.
And for good reason! If Oz had just listened to me from the start.
You need to get a grip.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh.
Our people need protection. By this time next week, the Kingdom of Atlas will be officially closing its borders.
Oh.
No one in, no one out, without the Council's permission.
You mean without your permission?
And if that becomes the case, I would think you'd want to be on my good side. It's locked.
What are you talking about?
Klein! Klein, where are you?
There he is.
Keep your voice down. I told you I'd be here. Are you sure Mistral is safe?
No. But it's where I'll find Winter.
I suppose she'll be the only family you have left after tonight.
I'll always have you.
Aww.
You most certainly will. Go. Now.
Thank you, Klein.
Blake now, or... Yeah. How's he doing? Looks to be recovering.
Blake?
This is why, son. This is why I left them all behind.
What are you... Wait. Where am I?
I am done seeing my friends hurt because of me.
Blake.
Shut up! Do you think I like being alone? Every day I think about them.
Aww.
Ruby, Weiss, Yang. They were my friends. I love them like I never thought I could love anybody.
Especially Yang.
And I hope they hate me for leaving.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do! Everyone thinks they can help me, but they can't. You saw Ilya last night, and she's not even the worst. No. No more. They're better off without me. I made my choices, and I'll deal with the consequences because they belong to me.
You think you're being selfless, but you're not. Yeah. That chameleon friend of yours got me pretty good. But I'd do it all again if it meant protecting you. And I can promise Yang would say the same. You can make your own choices, sure. But you don't get to make ours. When your friends fight for you, it's because we want to. So stop pushing us out.
Gotta love lines thrown in there just to satisfy the shippers. I promise Yang would do the same.
But if it makes you feel any better, the next time I go up against Lizard Girl, it won't be for you. It'll be to get even.
My hero. Oh dear. Look at that.
Wow.
Snake. Thank goodness.
Wow, really?
Golly, please.
Mom!
Hey, Mrs. B.
What are you doing?
Well, sweetheart, your father needed to speak with the two of you.
Huh?
I'm afraid you were right to be suspicious.
What do you mean?
Adam Taurus is planning to overthrow the leader of the White Fang and stage a full-scale attack on Haven Academy. It will be the fall of Beacon all over again.
Not if we destroy the White Fang, once and for all.
No. We're not going to destroy the White Fang. We're going to take it back.
Oh. Okay. And here are these two. I didn't think we'd get them.
Not again. Not again.
Oh, okay.
What are you guys doing here?
Did you hear that noise?
Reunited.
What was that?
No.
Ren, what is it?
Wait. Do you guys hear that?
No.
Yeah.
Ren?
There it is. Wow. Yeah. Even creepier looking than I would have imagined. Okay. So, yeah, that was another really good episode. Really enjoyed that one. It was another where we checked in with all of the characters, really. I mean, everyone but Oscar. All of the other plot lines that have been going on this volume, we touched on every single one of them, which is really a feat for a 15-minute episode. But, yeah, it was all pretty good. I guess we'll start at the beginning. Cinder and Tyrion and Salem and all that. That was a cool scene. Tyrion really had a breakdown there, and it was some intense insanity. Salem didn't actually do anything to him. She just sort of chided him, but he didn't take it well. He was, really in tears and just completely insane over it. And the interesting thing, as it has been this entire season, is seeing Cinder's reactions to everything. I know people insist I'm wrong about this, but it genuinely does feel like we're meant to sympathize with her, that they are doing something different with this character now, that maybe she is on the path to some form of redemption. I don't think it will go all the way. I don't think it can go all the way with a character like Cinder, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe she goes on a path towards doing something at least somewhat good in the story. Maybe she makes some sort of sacrifice at some point, but it doesn't feel like we're supposed to hate her at this point. She's just been torn down so far, and her reactions are so human. Just seeing her react to Tyrion and what he was doing, it just really felt like she didn't want to be there, and like she regrets like what she's gotten involved with, and just that she's in pain, and she's just, it's different. It's a completely different feel for Cinder from the previous volumes, and it just makes me think that the whole character has changed at this point, and I'm eager to see what is done with her, what we find out about her. I assume once we do get to Mistral, we'll learn more about her and her motivations and her backstory and what went into her making these decisions to go down this path in the first place. And I'm really eager to learn more about about that character and what she's all about, really, because at this point it's not very clear. As for everyone else, I guess we'll move on to the next one, which was Yang, and that was a cool scene. Short scene, it didn't really tell us much. Yang painted her arm, which was awesome, and it does make me wonder, is that thing full of guns, or is she going to wear a gauntlet over it? I guess we'll have to see when she gets into a fight next time. It wouldn't surprise me if it does have guns in it, just because it is something that was designed by Ironwood. But yeah, that was cool, and seeing her go and find her motorcycle and the talk with Ty, which it raised the question of where she's going, but it didn't answer it. Ty brought up a couple possibilities, going after Raven, which apparently Crow left the information. I mean, he said he would give it to her, but we never really had confirmation before that he did. And there's also the possibility that she's going after Ruby. Though I do still think there are those other two possibilities, which is confronting Adam, which has been built up at this point a few times, and also confronting Blake, which makes sense for where she is emotionally. So I'll be eager to see where it is that she's deciding to go at this point. As for Weiss, that was a pretty cool little sequence. Good to see Ironwood again. I like the direction they're taking his character, making him just more take charge and more competent feeling. I mean, he's doubling down on his attitude in some ways, being more aggressive, but against people like Jacques, it actually makes him more appealing. And I'm eager to see how that goes, how Weiss decides to go. I mean, she's going after Winter, it seems, so that's cool. Will she get more involved with Ironwood in the future? I'm still thinking probably yes, though I don't know at this point. Either way, it's good to see her make her escape with Klein's aid, and that was good. As for Blake and Son, that was an interesting scene. I mean, lots of ship teases, I guess. Just some of her reactions. Yeah, there is an attraction there. I'm not going to deny it. Though, I do like how they threw in that line about Yang in there. That was good. Though, I mean, I guess it is warranted since she's the other person who got gravely injured by for Blake, who got just hurt because of Blake or whatever. So it makes sense, but at the same time, I know that line was written just because shippers exist. But yeah, good to see that Blake is finding a direction. She wants to take back the White Fang. So I guess there are now 3 factions in there. There's Blake, there's Adam, and there's Sienna Khan, who we still haven't met. So it'll be interesting to see how all that goes down. And finally, we had Ranger, who are now reunited. That didn't last long. I guess I thought it would. I thought that they would stay divided at least a little, at least to the end of the volume. But no, they're back together and they're confronted by that thing, which is creepy looking. And seeing its face, it's even more disturbing than I would have thought. So that's good. That's a good design, and I'm eager to see how this confrontation goes. Are they going to fight the thing? Is something else going to happen? Is Raven going to intervene? I really don't know. But it should be very interesting to see. Anyway, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.